With us Coach Dave Cow, number 3, Shantina Ashley, number 44, Alex Speedy, and number 45, Andrea Whitney. Coach, we'll just start off with the keys to the game.
Well, I didn't think if we turned it over 32 times that was probably...
I'm sorry, can you use that center mic again?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Just in this one.
I didn't think, if I look at the stat sheet afterwards, we had 32 turnovers. That might be a good stat for us. But the rest of the things, we did pretty well. And I kind of had, somebody mentioned to me coming down the hall, just that first 5 minutes when you could just see our nerves a little bit, and then the last 5, of course, when they were frantically pressing us and we were maybe a little bit tentative and maybe a little tired. But in between, we played pretty well, and I was real proud of them.
Ladies? Do we have questions from the field? Pat?
Coach, after I'm expressing you, I guess this proves that when you get to this level, records don't mean anything. They were undefeated, number 1.
Well, I think almost every coach in the tournament kind of echoed those sentiments at one of our press conferences, and it really does. I felt our regional was almost exactly the same way. We were 6. We played Emporia, which who was a number 8 seed, and I think you could have thrown those all into a hat. I don't know if the same applies here. There's some very good teams, but we had a good team, and I did remind our kids several times prior. I said, yeah, we've got to deal with some of the things they bring to the table and the floor that we maybe don't see during the year, but then they've got to play us too. And I just thought, like I said, probably 30 out of the 40 minutes, I thought we were the better team, at least in this game.
Coach, 3-point shooting was a big part of your guys' game pretty much all year. Did you anticipate those shooting almost 60% from behind the arc?
No. We're very capable 3-point shooting team, and at times we really will have potentially 5 kids out there that are willing to take and hopefully can make the 3. But I thought that one, especially again that little stretch in the second half where we kind of built a bit of a lead. We really moved the basketball and got it to the open player, and several of those were 3s. And sometimes you can throw it to them, but you got to knock them down to it, and you did.
Alex, what did you think was sort of enabled you guys to sort of get over that early period where it was obviously a little bit, frazzled or rattled a little bit? Obviously something just sort of changed. What was it?
Well, I think our conference, the NSIC is a very competitive conference, and I think that and our last 2 weeks of tournament play have done a really good job of preparing us for situations like that. I mean, we've been in close games the last how many games where it's a 1 or 2 point difference. So we've had practice, playing a little. We have to get past those nerves and get past the fact that, but I think just our conference and the last couple of weeks have done a really good job of preparing us for getting over that.
Did you get a sense when you guys really started stretching the lead that they were starting to get a little rattled?
Yeah, a little bit. We knew they'd make a run because they're a great team, and a team like that, they're not going to go out without a fight. But you could kind of see it that they weren't used to being down. I mean, they haven't lost one game like 2 years, almost 2 years. Yeah. So, if you don't have to go through that adversity, it's a little harder to work through it. So you could see it on their faces, but we knew they'd come. They're a great team, so we knew they'd make a run.
What's it like beating a team that hasn't lost in so long, I guess, and what does it feel like for you guys?
It's still kind of sinking in, to be honest. It's like we said, we're really trying not to focus as much on records and all that. We know that we're a good team, and it's just been a total team effort the last couple weeks, and that's what feels so good after these games, is because you have a countless number of kids stepping up, making plays. It's not just one person trying to put it on their shoulders. So that makes it that much better.
Andrea, when you guys won the conference tournament, you guys have put so much focus on that this year. I think some people were maybe wondering if that was going to sort of be enough for you guys. Obviously, you continue to How have you been able to sort of get over celebrating that and continue to keep going forward?
Well, I think part of it was that winning conference was just so much fun for us. I mean, if we had another opportunity to feel that way, to feel like we accomplished something that great as a team, why not go for it? You know, like, I mean, we're a very good team. I feel like we play very well together. And as long as we have this opportunity sitting in front of us, we should just, I felt like we should just go for it. Sounds weird.
Shativa, I'm sure there's some numbers on the stat sheet you probably don't like too much. What did you guys do to try to fight through that? Because I mean, they got like, I think 3 turnovers right away in the first minute. But it seemed like a lot of it was you guys just sort of making bad passes more than maybe what they were doing. Did you make some sort of adjustment, or was it just mentally sort of settling down?
I think it was a little both. Right away in the first game, obviously we're excited to be in the Elite Eight. We got all this, excitement. So the first couple minutes, you kind of get used to the pressure and just figure out how the game's going to go, how the refs are going to call things. And I think we made some really good adjustments. We stayed composed, just fought through to the end. So.
What'd you think of the pace of the game today?
I mean, I liked it. We like to play fast. We're a run and gun team. Get a layup, get some threes up, and they're the same type of team. So they pressured us, and it was a pressure that it was different than what we've been used to. But it was a fun game overall, and the crowd was awesome. It was cool to have the elementary kids that we had yesterday and they were cheering. So it was a good environment too.
It seemed like you did take advantage of it at times though too. I mean, you got a lot of shots and transitions, fast break, particularly at the end when they're really sort of frantically getting at you. I mean, it seemed like there were times you were able to use that pressure to your advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, you can have pressure and freak out about it, or you can use it to, keep going. And I think we really used it to keep going, along with the support of each teammate. If I had a turnover, somebody was coming up to me and saying, "You got the next one, you're all right." And our team's been doing that for this last 3 weeks. It really helps knowing you have people that have confidence in you.
Coach, without violating confidentiality, personal with your players, what did you tell your players after they won first time in the Elite Eight and beating the top-ranked team in the nation? Anything along those lines?
It's interesting because we really haven't talked, we just sit down and kind of talk about the situation, or even games. We watched some tape, they commented after the regional, it was almost more nerve-wracking watching it on film than it was to actually be out there. And of course, we've all probably dealt with that. So I haven't said what I think is anything special. I try to let them know I'm very proud of them. They just fought, and that sometimes as a coach is the most, and maybe the one thing you want to emphasize. And they fought hard, and it's paid off over this last month.
Steve, it seemed like when you hit your 3, right, the first half, I've got a little bit of a cushion. This is the break the ice for you. Really, this game, it seemed like it seems more like you're relaxed.
I mean, you can't really relax throughout the whole game. Basketball's a game of runs, so I think we just used it. I mean, threes and everything like that, a charge. We just really try to use it for momentum and get excited about it. So we use it for excitement, but we know when we come back down the floor, we got to D up and play defense. So no one's just going to give us the game. We got to come after it.
It seemed like it gave you our sharps.
Yeah, I did. I mean, when you hit a 3 or when somebody takes a charge, it's a big momentum play. So yeah, it gives us some confidence and a boost of energy at that time.
Andrea, was there a point in the game, and I'm not necessarily saying that you took something for granted or anything toward the end, but was there a point in the game where you guys were kind of looking around like, we're going to win this? I mean, because it seemed like kind of wondering, well, there's a lot of time left. Was there a point in the game where you had that thought?
I don't think we had that thought in our minds. I mean, maybe that more along the lines of we can do this. We're going to, if we keep playing this well, we can do this. But I mean, the end of the game just showed, you can never be off your guard. You have to keep playing all the way through. At one point we were down, we were up only by 7. And, that's a 3-pointer and a couple of baskets. And,
do you feel like you did let your guard down a little bit?
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to say. It was a lot of pressure, and I feel like that team at the end, they really were fighting all out for their chance to play because, like being said before, a team like that isn't going to just, go out without a fight. They gave their all, and they made a lot of really good shots in the end.
Dave, can you talk about sort of maybe the respect that you guys have earned here? Not just for yourselves, but even for the Northern Sun and for your region. You're coming in here as the 24th ranked team in the country and the 6th seed, and everyone else is number 1 seed. And, I mean, you're kind of representing here a little bit.
Well, and I may just use that word pride, but I've got a lot of texts and emails from other coaches in our league, and I honestly, felt some of them weren't just cliche, good lucks. A couple of them really said, "Hey, you're the team who's playing the best basketball right now, and you're going to represent our conference and region well." So, two good teams play. Somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose, and I think we sometimes lose sight of that in team sports. That everybody thinks that our team is going to win. That was about as quality wins as we could have asked for in our program, and like I said, I'm very proud of them. But it just feels good that maybe I don't know if we feel like we can earn respect. I don't. That doesn't really register with me. But I think teams that maybe watched Phil Olmert's off, had respect. So it wasn't like other teams didn't respect us.
Coach, you got another game obviously tomorrow now. What's it like with the turnaround with another huge game you got?
Well, I did tell our kids afterwards that we played. We didn't use our rotation quite as much as normal. It's just a different setting and a special kind of team. But I did tell them that, hey, that might be, we have the 8 o'clock practices, leave the hotel at 7 and stuff. So maybe that first game, Pam Gold, who coached Mankato State to a national championship a couple years ago, former player of mine, one of her emails this morning was, I think that first game can be lucky. And I just emailed her back, and I hope you're right. And so, we're going to get a couple hours, get a chance, of course, to watch this game, and just try to be as ready as we can be tomorrow.
Any other questions?
I wanted to ask you guys, I know a lot of you have been talking to your parents in the stands are from, small towns. What is it like to be a part of history? Not only that, but you're going to be on national television tomorrow.
It's exciting. I mean, it is really exciting, and I mean, we'd be lying if we said we weren't excited and proud. And we are proud of this team. Like Coach said, there's a lot of pride going through this team, but we also, came here for, we're on a mission. So we've accomplished some things in the last couple weeks that, no team from Augie has accomplished, but we talked about before we came here that we're not going to be content. And we do hold ourselves to high expectations, so we're just, it's exciting, but we're also here, to play our game, so.
It's pretty exciting. It's a lot of emotion at the same time. You get excited, you come here, you get to see everything, go to the banquet and all that stuff, but when it's game time, it's go time, and I think our team's really good at getting focused and prepared, and we're excited about it. We'll be excited about it tonight, but come tomorrow we'll be ready to go. So.
Good. Thank you, ladies. Coach, appreciate it.